What did you buy as an adult because you were denied it as a child? Uncoordinated furniture, non-matching dishes, thrift store clothes, varying colored shoes, garage sale items, dark-colored clothes, silver jewelry, etc. My mom was obsessed with everything being new, perfect, matching, and girl colors. Oh, and all jewelry had to be gold. Now that I'm an adult, I can have whatever I want and never wear pink ever again, and it's glorious. She despises that all my furniture was bought via thrift or marketplace, that I don't have a matching dish set, bedding set, or living room set. I see zero point in spending money on brand new things, especially with kids around. I had to walk on eggshells growing up for fear I'd break something or spill something. My kids don't get yelled at for breaking a plate or spilling a glass of Kool-Aid because they're human and mistakes happen. I also don't lose my mind because I didn't spend an entire paycheck on the matching dishes. It sounds silly, but it's just nice to actually live in my house and not just be a guest in it. Guitars. After buying about 20, it dawned on me that no amount of guitars will put one in the hands of me at 10 years old. That's kinda how I feel about the Doc Martens I buy now. I still keep buying them, but I often think how it would have felt to have that pair I coveted as a 13-year-old. And yes, I could have bought them myself. I worked. But my mom would guilt me into my giving her my babysitting and grocery bagger money to pay her credit card bills she didn't want my dad to know about, and I kept her secret. When I was little, my grandma bought one of those fiber optic flower lamps. I was obsessed with it and always asked her to turn it on. She ended up putting it in an empty fish tank so I couldn't touch it. I now owned 3 of them, and I turn them on whenever I want. My aunt had an oil raindrop lamp that I was absolutely obsessed with. It was always moving, and I couldn't figure it out as a kid. Then I got tall enough to touch it. Big mistake. It's mineral oil. But even knowing a bit more how it worked, I was still amazed at the effect. Decades later, when they sold their house to move to a much smaller place in Arizona, she gave me the lamp. She said I was the only one that ever liked it or paid attention to it, so now it is in my den, and I turn it on whenever I want. She also had 2 of the fiber optic flower lamps, but gave those to someone else. I liked those too, but not as much as the rain lamp. I bought an ice cream cake for no reason once. The freedom is palpable. There's a whole other world when you find out that you can walk right into a store, buy a birthday cake, and nobody asks you whose birthday it is. Not one person checks. You can literally buy a cake just because. Edit. I get excited when I get just 10 up votes and 1 comment. This is a whole another level. I'm going to be riding this high for a full year. This calls for a cake. Edit 2. I didn't get a birthday cake because the frosting gives me a terrible headache. But I did stop by Sheb and picked up a 7-Up cake. Now I'm imagining the ice cream shop picking up a special baby blue phone handset with one hand, holding your driver's license in the other and saying, "Yeah, we got your name here trying to buy a cake." Apparently their licenses went through the washer and dryer, so the DOB is not really legible. Can you run me a class 3 search? I'll hold paracetamol. I've always had headaches, reality bad ones, due to damaged nerve in the neck when I was born. My mother always refused to give me aspirin because it would go away. I used to gently bang my head against the wall to ease the pain, not a joke, or turn all lights and sound off because of the nausea. When I went to college, I bought myself a box of Nurofen. That was a life changer. Braces for my teeth. I finally bought a house and have left it largely empty because I grew up in a hoarding household. So I guess I technically bought space. Box of 64 Crayola crayons, the one with the sharpener. Also all the chocolate. All the little rich kids had those when I was a kid. Grapes. Grapes. They are a delicacy in my mind because my parents would never buy them because they were too expensive. The other thing, beverages in restaurants. We only ever got water. To be fair, restaurant soda costs like it was made and imported from the moon. Hobbies for my kids, the ones they want. I wanted to play sports and play guitar, but was always told no. I wanted to learn to play literally any instrument, but was denied. I wanted to play hockey too, but wasn't allowed. It wasn't wasn't because of money. I was put unwillingly into other activities that I never asked for or wanted. So when my kid asked for cello lessons at the age of 7, they got cello lessons. When my youngest said they wanted to give up soccer for ballet, we swapped soccer for ballet. My only rule is they have to finish the season. They are not allowed to join a team or group and quit partway through without good reason. They have to finish the season before quitting. Thank you for doing this for your kids. I'd do anything for those little assholes. I wanted the pottery making wheel and kit from Michael's Crafts when I was a kid. Mom's husband said that was gay and told her to get me another model car instead. I always think about the pottery I would have made in an alternate universe. Red lipstick. My mom let me wear makeup starting at 13, but I was not allowed to wear red lipstick ever. Even at 17, when I was about to leave home, she'd make me throw it away if I bought any with my own damn money. She said, "Only whores wear red lipstick." So I wear red lipstick all the time. It's my thing. Not for me, but for my wife before we married. She mentioned to me as we were talking about a certain type of Barbie doll she had always wanted when she was very young, but her family was really poor and she never got it. During the Christmas that we were together for 2 years and would be getting engaged the next year and her age of 31 years old, I searched and searched the internet for that damn doll. After much searching, I found it and bought it. I think I paid a couple $100 for the still in the unopened box Barbie. I gave it to her that Christmas. She was over the moon. She still has it unopened and tucked away in our bedroom closet. I am kind of disappointed she never opened it and at least kind of played with it. LOL. A Build-A-Bear. I had always wanted one growing up, but was always told no because it was too expensive. I finally decided to do it and went through the whole process of making one and filling it with love and wishes. You know, the whole magical process they do for the kiddos. I haven't slept with a stuffed animal since I was little, and yet I can hold on to my little bear throughout the night and wake up holding it. Whenever I feel sad or homesick, I just cuddle with it, and it honestly helps. It may be silly to others, but sometimes your inner child just needs something to feel safe and comforted when life gets overwhelming. And that's okay. Don't let anyone take away what brings you joy. I couldn't always eat fast food as a kid, so when I became an adult, I ordered a ton of it all the time, and that was a mistake. When I was little, we always had to share a breadstick order at Pizza Hut. I have no shame in admitting that I'll order breadsticks now with no intention of sharing, like an absolute glutton. Food. Growing up with an abusive mother who used as a weapon and control mechanism. Then got married very young, and we so dirt poor we were starving for a long time. So when I could eat when and how much I wanted to, became a massive overeater and comfort eater. Took me years to reach a happy medium. Bananas. My parents would never buy them. They always complained about the price and how fast they ripe and rot. There's a simple solution to that. Eat them. Bananas are not all that expensive either. An American Girl doll. I had a childhood friend who took a trip to NYC and surprised me with an American Girl doll. It was a just like you doll. I loved her so much. I didn't come from a great home life. Being raised by a single parent, we had financial struggles. One day, my mom went behind my back and sold the doll. I was heartbroken, but my mom argued that we needed the money. I'm now 27 and just purchased my first American Girl doll. It was secondhand bought through eBay, but I have no regrets. My cousin's parents are incredibly selfish, vile people. They would constantly treat themselves and their kids got scraps. Sometimes literally. My cousins endured physical, emotional, and sexual abuse. At one point, they kept the older sister from talking to and seeing the younger because older sister told about the abuse. I was still a teenager myself, but snuck letters and phone calls between them for years and facilitated secret visits when I could drive. One cousin who is a year older than me wanted the Samantha American Girl doll her whole life. For her 30th birthday, her older sister and I bought one for her with a couple of outfits and accessories. They were second-hand but in beautiful shape. I wrapped everything in white gift boxes and bows with handwritten letters from me and her sister, then shipped the packages in a big cardboard box. She wept when she opened the gift. I love those cousins so much, and a ton of our childhood was spent together. A bunny. I wanted one so bad as a little girl, I got myself a bunny. He died of cancer a couple of years ago. Loved him so much. Cereal. Grew up very poor. It was a luxury we just could not afford. Staying at a friend's house was sometimes a bonus because they would have tricks or golden grams, or if I was really lucky, crunch berries. Now that I have a career job and a steady source of income, I always have a box of cereal in the pantry. Albuterol. My mom said I was faking my asthma attacks. I don't talk to her anymore. Oh man, I'm so sorry you went through this. I had a friend that had to improvise the medicine cup using a Kodak tube with a small hole because her stepmom would hide parts from the nebulizer, insisting she was pretending asthma attacks. It was so painful to see. Not something I bought per se, but I run the AC at heat whenever I'm hot, cold. I'll pay the bill if it means being comfortable, especially if it's the summer. A sewing machine. I was told I would not learn how to use it, so they weren't going to waste their money. Now I'm a freaking sewing fanatic. Andy's mints. My first paycheck many years ago, I bought a whole pack of them, and it was glorious. Also, I'm old. Thanks for watching. Share the video with your friends. Be sure to subscribe. Bye.